Welcome back to the Thrift Store Rundown, where once again it's time to get Travelwise on a budget. Take you back to January of 2018, when our state governor, Phil Murphy, was sworn in to begin the first of 2 terms in office. He pledged to make the Garden State, my home state, and I quote, the California of the East Coast. That's a lot to strive for because, if you know me, you know darn well that I've always been enamored by the Garden State and all its wonder. So I kept a close yet sporadic eye on him and his administration to figure out how they would lead New Jersey to become more stronger and fairer, as his campaign suggested. And for the most part, I gotta say, they did pretty well. And I'm not into politics. But really, you don't have to be into politics to get a feel for how our economy and tourism is doing since he took office. All you gotta do is just take a walk or a hike near a beach, a park, a mountain, etc. Or take a look around a few small or big-name businesses, family-owned or otherwise, and drop a few dimes. Like I did. Specifically, $2.99 at a unique thrift store in Patterson, my happy place, for the 2012 Fodor's Southern California Travel Guide, covering the Central Coast and Yosemite areas, Orange County, San Diego, etc. And yes, Los Angeles. And since you know our primary mission, the heart of what we do, is to bring Hollywood home on a budget, naturally, that's our first stop. This guide comes in full color and also features a comprehensive planning guide to make your vacation planning a heck of a lot easier. That is, if you plan to visit SoCal 10 years ago. Once again, this is Fodor's 2012 SoCal Travel Guide. So, needless to say, a lot of the information in here might not apply. A lot can happen in a decade, with or without a pandemic. If you really want to compare New Jersey to California now, your best bet at the very least is to go and pick up the current version of this travel guide, and then pick up New Jersey's most current travel brochure, compare the two, and then plan a vacation either to here or to Jersey. And the rest is up to you. But for now, again, we start in LA. Word of mouth. One great thing about my trip to LA was all the free guided tours I was able to take. El Pueblo de Los Angeles, Walt Disney Concert Hall, Central Library. There are so many great places to visit without spending a dime. While museum admission can add up, most museums offer free admission on certain days or hours. Ask around, share the info, join in on the fun. As so indicated down below, fodors.com/community, but really don't need to even log on. Although I highly suggest you do. That's a really viable way to figure out how you're going to spend your time here in Southern California. But really, I just buy these things for nostalgic reasons. If you want to use them, again, be mindful, not everything here applies. The top reasons to go to LA: Hollywood magic, going to the beach, chic shopping on Rodeo Drive or downtown's Fashion District, trendy restaurants, or people watching, aka celeb spotting. The legal kind of celeb spotting. The kind that you don't get those trespass orders for. If you actually go stalking celebrity houses with those guides that tourists give you, well, you probably might have a few run-ins to the LAPD. But anyway, this gives you a guide to getting oriented with Tinseltown and beyond. Come on. The Getty Museum, the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Man's Chinese Theater, Walt Disney Concert Hall, all those in and out sacks, etc. Come on, forget about it. However, what I really dig about this is the Studios Guide. Visiting the studios. If you've never been to LA, or if you have, and are coming back with your kids, it's hard to resist the allure of being where the magic happens, among the cameras, props, and backlots of Tinseltown Studios, like this one at Universal. Look no further for a Big Bang theme park experience of movie making. So I guess I would rate that as number 1 among the 4 studios listed in this guide, which also include Warner Brothers Studios in Burbank, Paramount Pictures, the only film studio in Hollywood, and NBC Television Studios, which is also in Burbank. The information is broken down into specific sections so that you can make your tour a bit easier and much more enjoyable. Tips for touring, a list of film and TV productions filmed at each of these studios, how to get here, etc. As for the rest of this guide, we have here plenty of maps, plenty of photos, and really as far as the information goes, this can be broken down into 3 sections. Where to go, where to eat, and where to stay. If you're looking for some great shopping destinations, great art center destinations, if you're looking to relax a bit, whatever activity you plan on doing, you can find a great recommendation in here. If you're looking for a great restaurant to eat out at, provided that you have a few bucks to spend, well, they list them in here. And you know, it just goes beyond in and out. Trust me. As far as where to stay, they list some affordable and trendy hotels and resorts to make your experience much more pleasurable. All of this, of course, is contingent on you having a few bucks to spend, a few hours of your time, really preferably a few days or a few weeks. But really, if you have a few weeks, days, months, or even years to spend in Southern California, if you plan to move there, I know, I just forced a Friends reference into this. And by the way, Warner Brothers Studios and Friends, they could have filmed it at Paramount Pictures or anywhere else and it still would have been a nice hit for them. Oh well. But really, this is the ultimate road trip planner. 10 years ago. For nostalgic purposes, I'm so keeping this around. However, if you have this particular copy, and you still plan on using it because you subbed it away, and because of this video you want to revisit it, if you plan to visit Southern California, or you live here, and if you do plan on visiting, we have here some information for how to get around, by bus, by plane, by car, accommodations, eating out, some safety, some finance tips, some communications tips. Southern California is nothing if not known for its beauty, its humanity, in more ways than one. I'm getting ahead of myself. If you want to visit Southern California now, with a few minor reservations, I love this for you. So I'm giving this 4.5 out of 5 claps, just to err on the safe side. And speaking of bringing Hollywood home on a budget, this guide brings us one step closer to doing just that. Well, I would love to be 100% truthful and tell you that this, their current guide to Los Angeles, will be reviewed next week and will serve as our Travelwise Tuesdays season finale. I'm only giving you about 50% honesty. While this will serve as our season finale for TT, it's not going to be done until the week after. Because, while I was rummaging through my library, I happened upon this. Hold on. This is the 2014 Visitor's Guide for Arlington, Virginia. How did I let this one get away? It's small, but if you plan to visit Arlington, Virginia in 2014, it could have packed a mighty big wallop. So, that'll be next week. Until then, drive safely on the way home. Stay tuned for this coming up in 2 weeks' time. And sleep tight, Golden State. You'll always have a special place here in the Garden State. For watching TSR. Now, to see another awesome review like this one, click here. If you want to become a Hollywood bargain hunter, click here to subscribe. Now catch you on the thrift side.